Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Blue Green Ocean Road with your host, David R. Stenberg. Yeah, I'm Captain Morgan, pontificating on the SS poop deck. I've already scourged the whole deck of poop, so everything is fine.
Good morning, boys.
Very high above the earth, very high, is Mike Kennedy.
Oh, you think I'm high now? You just wait.
Oh, you just wait. Wait till Mikey gets here. We're going to get high. Yes, sir.
Very high above the earth. So what's going on, gentlemen?
Well, gentlemen, does someone come in? Let's see. Well, it's opening day for black powder season, but I got in too late last night to get all my stuff ready to go out. So
Well, you get all day today to do it, right?
Other than that, I mean, it's a big day.
It's been beautiful. The weather's been absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. I
beautiful.
I kind of hesitate about wanting to go hunting yet until the weather cools off a bit, you know? Want to be able to hang a deer for a while, not like worry about it spoiling or something, you know?
I find this weather frightening.
Yes, well, that too.
That's all I find it. I'm not happy at all. I got dry shit all over the fucking place. And there's no rain in sight. Fortunately, I don't own a lot of shit.
Yep. Yeah, there's, what plants are keeping their leaves still are just wilted,
Oh, the oaks keep them forever, but those things, they'll burn up there because they're just dry, Or just, here's the getting rain.
Yeah. We need some rain. Like real rain.
Not like Spain rain. We don't want the rain in Spain.
Well, it only stays mainly in the plain.
It looks like it was going down the street.
Oh.
So
yeah, I've been on installation for the last 2 weeks.
What's that?
Installation, that's when I'm installing stuff.
Oh. You've made
and
the
I
thing
yesterday.
Now,
yeah, make things, then go and install them.
Then you go put them in, yeah. All right, I get it. So I started this one, like Chinese symbols.
What's that?
That's the one with the Chinese symbols.
Oh, wow.
This guy's like our age. And he went through a cultural revolution. Like when we were in grammar school, he was going through that. They were denouncing people and all that stuff. For like 10 years, it was like a nightmare, like for adults.
Dog be going mental. Oh, the fun's out here. Going absolutely mental. Get out of the house.
Must be out with Dad.
Well,
so I know I've
got to say, the weather's been so nice. Well, wandering around, you get to walk through the nice dry swamp.
Wow.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Dry swamp, isn't that an oxymoron?
Well, yeah, I can't. It's a swamp. I can't walk through it. Central Pike, and it's so beautiful. It's dry enough to walk through, even though there's a road that goes through it. It's usually underwater most of the year.
There was a swamp behind my house that was pretty cool. It had them little islands, right? So you could just hop like swamp islands. I like swamps.
Yeah, swamps are cool.
I like how
just
dark.
And go in them when they got water in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. There's a swamp that has insect eating plants near here. And
you
go
mean
in
like the fly trap thing?
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Really? Man, I'd like to see that.
It's got the one with they fall in the flower.
Yeah.
And it's got the other ones that just like sticky.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bad way to go, right? Just stuck to
right?
something. Fuck.
You just have these chemicals dissolving you as you're.
Yeah, being a bug sucks.
Yeah.
That's it. The minute you show up, you're running away from shit. It's your whole existence. Even little birds are a pain in the ass, right?
Even the smallest bird.
You're a little Tweety bird, right? Big giant
Looks like a
fucking
giant-
dinosaur to you.
Giant monster.
Yeah. It's fucking planet. It's kind of cruel. Like the shit going on in the ocean,
Life is cool.
it's all just teeth.
Yeah, those little,
It's
those
great.
little,
Everything.
hundreds of little turtles come out and they go into the ocean and like
Yeah.
one or two of them survive.
I know, yeah. I saw that. Yeah, I saw it. It was on PBS. They all go in. They followed one that made it in the ocean, and it was just like it just kept going. It made it to them patches out in the middle of the Atlantic, and then out there's a whole new because they can eat anything. Like just I can eat it. Until now, we've put stuff in there they can't eat, so they try
Plastics.
to munch on a plastic bag or something. It doesn't work out for them. But normally they can, it doesn't matter. If they eat a rock, they can eat it. They probably eat rocks too. Who the fuck knows?
Well, that floating pile of garbage in the Pacific has become its own ecosystem now. There's all kinds of species of ocean life that have made a home there. And so it's become
Wow.
its own ecosystem.
Yeah, life.
All sorts of
find a
things
way.
call that place home.
The minute you start floating on the
Yeah.
ocean, the ecosystem starts around you. Fish show up. They just keep going around you. There was a guy. There was this book. He was adrift at sea for like 74 days or something, right? And he said that happened almost immediately. That these fish just started. So like he could hunt them. And like the first one he got, right? He said it was a big mistake because it was like a big male. It didn't look big. Like he got a bigger one. It almost sunk him. And he was always
Stop that.
he had like 3 jobs he had to continually do. He had to keep air in the raft. He had to make water, and he had these distillers, and he didn't know how to use them. He was using them wrong, and he actually had to take one apart, ruin one, just to figure out how the fuck they worked. And that's what he was doing. And the first time they were supposed to put it in the ocean, but a wave would come up and ruin it. It's like so he figured out a way to do it in his raft. And he said he saw his first shark the second day. Yeah, he just come over a wave, went around him like 3 times, and then went over a wave again. Just came in and left. And once in a while they'd show up and start bumping him, right? But that's all they do. They bump him, right? So he said he never slept. He would just like nod, and he'd wake up because he could feel the raft getting, sinking.
Yeah, especially at the end. It was every 10 minutes was blowing up the raft. That was a good book.
I actually
Right.
never read the book. I heard the radio interview of him while he was in his hospital bed.
Yeah.
He'd been plucked out of the ocean. This is the middle of the night, AM radio. It rarely did
I
something.
thought you had the book. I thought you lent that book to me. I read the book.
Was it me? Maybe I read
Yeah.
it too. Yeah, maybe I just don't.
But we
remember.
also heard the interview. I remember calling you up one night in the middle of the night, like, "Hey, man, this guy's on the radio." But I think it was like a recording of that interview.
Well, when I heard it, I was in a car at Quonset Point when I worked down there. And I didn't have a cell phone then. There was no way anybody could have called me. I just ran across it. I was always like trying to find something on the radio to fucking listen to. And then, like, once in a while, the radio would do something like that, It was like this great hour of him just talking in the hospital bed. He had been plucked out. He was, like, well enough, and they were interviewing him on the phone. He said he says he thinks he hit a whale or a container, or like one of them cargo containers. He's not sure. He just slammed into something. He went down, like, right away. And he had 2 weeks of water. He had a sleeping bag. He wasn't wearing pants, but at least he could cover himself. He had a harpoon. He said he had he had flares. I don't know how many he had. I think maybe 10. And the first ship he saw, he blew 3 on him. And he said that was a huge mistake. He said, I thought about that later. I said, he was like, all right, I've rescued. He said, hey, don't you? He wasted 3 flares. That thing, I don't know. That just seared into my brain. I only heard that interview once, and I still remember all that shit. So this guy, he was in a Cultural Revolution. He was at Tiananmen when that happened. He wasn't like opposed. He lives in Beijing, right? So he saw all that. He lived through all of it. When he was growing up, he was reading, all he could read was Mao's book, right? That's all that anybody had. And
I thought
somebody,
the German Mao.
yeah. Um, so there were books around, right? But they were like torn up, and like all the ones you'd get were missing the beginning and the end. So all you get was the middle, but he read them anyway, right? And he said later when it got lifted and you could buy books, he's reading one day and he suddenly gets to the pot. And he goes, "Oh my God, it's that book! It's this book!" And he credits his creative. He's got like awards. I mean, he's got he's like a anyway, he's a great writer. But they asked him like one of the things about having no ending in a book is that you had to come up with one yourself, right? And he says, I think that helped me quite a bit. And then they gave him like credit for like his prose is like Hemingway, like it's very limited. And he has this joke. He goes, "Yeah, that's because I don't know a lot of Chinese. Like he grew up in communist China. Like words were like it's just like 1984. Words were danger and like and that's what these are. Like people." He said nobody uses
Better
people.
plus good.
Only the government uses the word people. The people. 'Cause we don't use
That's
the
it.
people.
So what's the book, Dave? What is that book?
China in 10 words.
Oh, okay.
And that's a really easy name to remember. It's it's YU is his first name and HUA is his second name. So I just ordered his other ones. There's one the Italians gave him like best book of the year, so I'm getting that one. There's like 4 he's really famous for, so this is one of them, and I got the other 3 coming. I'm blowing through this. I did that one once when I went to work. So I did that. It's good. It's really good.
I've been reading a book on tape on my long, extensive travels to and from work.
Yeah, which one?
2 weeks. Neuromancer by William Gibson. It's one of the first cyberpunk novels.
Oh,
And this guy, he predicted quite a bit. It's pretty good. He's the guy who invented the term cyberspace and Microsoft.
oh,
Yeah. Microsofts are these little like hair-like things that stick into you and can give you like advanced
problems.
like drugs, that help you when you jack into the Matrix. The Matrix is the other one he invented, and they based the movie The Matrix on his idea of what the Matrix was.
Wow. So he's like sci-fi. Is it sci-fi you're reading?
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it's really good. It's like that's a famous book. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I gotta get that because it became available on Spotify.
That's
And-
cool. Yeah, that counts. If like I said, I drift. Suddenly I've been listening to half an hour. I have no fucking idea what just happened.
Yeah, that happens to me too, and I can't make it go back. It won't do
No,
that.
you don't even know where you left off. I do that when I'm reading too, but I'm still on the same page. It's like I just started the top again,
Yeah, that happens to me too while I'm driving, but I pick it up pretty good.
I'll read an idea, and then my brain will start tearing it apart, and then it just goes off. Like it's just that's what I do.
Yeah.
It's amazing
Yeah.
I get through anything.
I've read that same paragraph 3 times now.
Yeah, well, that's usually because somebody's bugging you. You know what I mean?
No,
Making
it's usually
noise
just my
or-
brain is drifting off while I'm reading it.
Who started the table saw just now?
Yeah, I know. You hit the pause, and then all of a sudden, when you go to unpause it, you ended up setting yourself back like about a half hour or forward a half hour, and without even realizing, trying to get back to the same spot you were before. It can be very frustrating.
There's this great plot when Mao Zedong died, right? They all get called into the auditorium, and they go through this. His title is like fuck, it just keeps going on and on. So they said that he finally passed away, and everybody started like wailing, crying and shit. But it struck him as funny, and the last thing you want to do is laugh, right? He said, bottled up laughter. It insisted on spilling forth. He said, right? So he did this. He went out like, and he was just like this, right? And he later, everybody said, you should have seen the way he was crying, right? Yeah, he got away with it, but I mean, that was, you would have been dead. They'd have killed you. It doesn't matter if you were 10. It doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
It was a nightmare. They announced he got they had a grandfather who was this drunk playboy, and he blew all the estate. They had an estate. They had money. They were landlords, right? They had land and all this shit. And this guy just blew it all, right? He blew it all. But the next generation, the last thing you wanted was anything, because anybody who had anything was getting executed. They were getting fucking executed for being landlords and shit. So thank God.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Grandpa, for fucking blowing through the whole thing.
Yeah.
This is
The enemy of the people, landowners, college educated, people who wore glasses,
Anybody with glasses. They only need glasses to read.
people who own books. But the re-education, the whole
Hey, Mikey.
populace.
It's good.
I watched a documentary on Chinese
There
re-education
he is.
schools for kids, and it was exactly the same as the
Mike.
Catholic school, except for they prayed to the state instead of Jesus, but the techniques were the same. And they were talking about how horrible it was. This brainwashing is so horrible, and like, well, fuck, I lived through it, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not called brainwashing here. No. That's called a good, solid Christian education. How you doing, Mike?
Uh-oh.
I
Can't hear you.
Mike. Man, you need to update your fucking.
What I believe he said that was like new equipment. Should bring up that old shit you were using, Mikey. Nope.
Hey, speak up, Sonny. Or you young fellas there. Come on, speak up. We's hard of hearing. Speak up, boy. What's wrong with you?
Can't hear you, Mikey. Keep talking or trying. Can you hear us? Yeah? Well,
You
you
hear
can.
us?
I don't know. Do a puppet show.
Are you using your phone or your computer? You should try your phone, Mike.
Fuck's sake.
Send him a link to his phone, Dave. Tell him
got
to
the
go on
link.
his phone, I bet.
I sent the link to his phone.
Oh.
And email. I got no other way of doing it except sending a letter.
Yeah.
I sent him some snail mail.
Can you hear us, Mikey?
Yeah, you
Not
can
if
hear
you
us.
can hear me. All right. Well, you're just gonna have to sit there listening to
We're
us.
just gonna have to sit there and listen.
Uh-oh,
Let's
that's a
talk
big word
about
from
him.
Dave.
Let's make him want to respond. Say shit. Say, what? You chicken? You want to stick up for yourself? He's speechless. Showing us his underarm. Oh, chickens. Where's your chickens, George? It's pretty quiet there. Do you eat them?
I don't know. They're all hanging out underneath the deck. I think they're cold.
They're cold. Oh,
Cold.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is this? Cold outside, though? That's actually good
No.
news.
I don't know. It's like 50, I guess.
Nice out. It's another beautiful dry day.
So, Mike, I got that book. Well, I didn't get it. To How to Read a Book. That one you were talking to me about, how to read a book. Like the Frankenstein book was underlined in all them notes, and you said that was like the way. There's a book called How to Read a Book.
Really?
Doing all that underlining stuff you were talking. You were talking about there was a new method right? And there's a book on this new method, how to read a book. So I didn't want to buy it. I didn't buy it, but I was able to get the Kindle intro. Like they give you some pages, the beginning, right? And I actually read enough of it where I think I got it. Right? It says make it yours, underline shit. You know, like make the book yours. Who said you can't mock a book up? It's fucking yours, right? So I said, yeah. So yeah, so I'm doing that now.
Sometimes it takes a while for me to concentrate on reading. Sometimes I'll look like you were talking about before, reading a paragraph over and over again. So I have to take like a blank card and put it under each sentence first, and just focus on that one sentence at a time, and then just move the card one sentence at a time to try to concentrate on each line till I got back into the rhythm again. But sometimes I found it very hard to concentrate on reading sometimes. Well, you got so many things going on. Your mind is racing, trying to grasp other
anything.
things.
You get so much going on, you can't concentrate on any one thing.
Yeah, well, when you consciously like underlining stuff, you know what I mean? Like you're ready with a pencil. It's like you'll just see something, and like sometimes you'll just write down the page number in the back. I used to do that. I'd have all these page numbers in the back and put like a little star. So read that again. So like the before I put it away, I go through all the stuff that like struck me that you normally forget most of it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But if you read it one more time before giving it up, then some stuff would just sear into you. Then it's always there. You can try it again later.
I found with things like for memory stuff, just writing it.
Yeah, it's how I learn language.
I never have to look at what I wrote.
I did that. I wanted to the top 10 brightest stars in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I did. I was writing the list over and over again. You know what I mean? And then you look to see what you fucked up. I even learned how to spell Betelgeuse.
Oh, nice.
God help me.
Hey, what was the first thing that we saw in the sky last night? Really big. Was that Jupiter?
That was Venus.
Oh, that's Venus. Yeah. I saw that coming home from work last night.
Yeah, it could be Jupiter too, because it's in opposition here in a minute. So it could be.
It was really bright. It was bright enough that I thought, well, maybe it's a plane, and it just looks like it's not moving.
Well, if it's that, then that's Venus. Venus looks like a fucking UFO. Most UFO sightings are the planet Zenith.
Yeah.
Zorg. Oh, George, remember you were saying about the trains in Galveston? You brought it up, and I was kind of flaky on it because I only read it once, but I reread it again. It's fucking wild. There were two of them, right, going into Galveston. There were some people who got on the train going out, and boy, they happy they did that. It was just a regular thing, you know. But people were coming in.
So like the storm surge took out the trestle that they were riding across,
first train,
and sent the train and all the passengers into the water.
Whoa!
All right, the first one. There's two of them. The first one made it to a station, right? And then they had to climb to the second floor, and there was one passenger who had a barometer, right? So he kept calling out the barometer readings, and I kept thinking of Mr. Sulu in that one episode where he keeps saying like how long till demise or whatever. Right? Oh, the Carbonite maneuver. Remember the Carbonite maneuver? And they had like this deadline, and Mr. Sulu kept calling out, and then somebody says, you got to really, you're starting to bug me, knock it off. I don't remember exactly what they said, but that's basically what they said, right? So this guy was doing that with the barometer. We're getting closer and closer. And then on the first floor it was all flooded, like the water just come up like 4 or 5 feet. It was a nightmare. And a child's body floated in. That's where the people saw a child's body. That's when but they were already freaking. They were already sure they were fucked. But this is just a nice topic. The second one, the one you're talking about, I think it's the one you were kind of saying, because this is familiar. It says they only had two coaches, right? And a train. And what they do is when they got to Galveston, there was a ferry, right? That actually drove onto it, right? And the ferry took them over. The other one was a trestle, and that was scary because it was like the fucking ocean is almost up to the fucking top of the thing. You know, the train track going in. There was his own set of numbers. So they quit. They didn't come. The boat gave up. It couldn't fucking do it, right? So now they're stuck there on this point, and then they go to. So they start going backwards. But going backwards now, water's starting to come in. Sort of like that scene in Jaws where they start going backwards. Right? You know, the water starts splashing up. So now it's going into the thing. And that's when they saw a lighthouse. There was a lighthouse. And only a couple of people tried to make it over there. It was like a quarter of a mile, but they made it, right? And then in the lighthouse, there were all these people on the stairs. There was a bunch of other people there. They were like the last ones to make it there. And then they got to watch that train go, just disappeared. Everybody on that train died who stayed behind. There was sort of like 80 people all packed in there.
Hey, hold on a minute. Mike, say something.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yay.
Restarted my
Double plus
restarted
good,
my
man.
phone.
Talk
How you
about
doing?
Well, I'm good. How you doing?
Good.
Thanks for the like, Mikey.
Well, I know you guys couldn't solve string theory without me, so
What would we do without you, Mike?
not solve.
Yeah, we certainly wouldn't be doing that.
So I finished my book video. That's up there. It's got like 150 views. It's got 3
I'm
likes.
one of them.
3 likes.
I'm one of them.
3. I did it again. I put music on it.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
I didn't hear the one with music.
No, I know. That's new, and I changed. I'm messing around with all these thumbnails. I'll experiment with it. See how to get like hashtags, all that junk. I'm messing with that. So that's a good one. I like that one. That one came out good. I didn't do any good. My voice. I was like 3 in the morning. I shouldn't do this 3 in the morning. I'm like, okay, this is what I did. I did this and this and this and this. I do it like now. Like
Yeah, it's not your regular talking voice.
No, you can tell I don't want to wake up everybody. I live in an
That's
apartment
perfect.
building.
That should be your profile shot, Mike. The frame froze with you, like, you know, the nice, like, upward expression. Like, it would have been a perfect, you know, profile shot.
Oh yeah, what time? Let me see what time we are.
Did you catch that?
I'll find it.
Never mind.
9:22.
Hey, so how about those Dodgers, Mike?
How about them?
Yeah, that
How
was
about-
the
how about the
craziest
Yankees
thing.
self-destructing?
Those Yankees-
You see a fucking fifth inning? What the fuck? They're like, I played better baseball when I was in fucking Little League. That was fucking awful. Oh, that was fucking terrible. There was Lucy Van Peltz out there.
This was all falling apart at that point.
Oh, what the shit? It just did. It's almost like they didn't want to win. Like they all had money on them losing. I swear to God, that's what it looked like.
I just want that guy who grabbed Mookie's wrist.
Oh, that guy, yeah. What a goofball. He looks like a guy to do that.
Whatever
Yeah,
happened to that guy? Did they get did,
They kick him
did
out.
any consequences for that?
He got a refund and they took the next day's ticket for the World Series and they gave it to a little kid, a cancer patient.
Oh, good.
They had season tickets. And
A much more deserving fan.
I think he
Oh,
should
good.
lose his season tickets too.
He's that
That shit
guy.
on.
It's worse. He's that guy, Mike. He's gonna live in New
Yeah.
York, and he's that guy.
That shit only happens at
Good
Yankees.
enough. You can't take the subway now. Somebody will go. Ooh. Right? It's like
Oh,
body
no.
snatches.
He's a hero in New York. You kidding?
Oh, yeah.
You
No,
see
what
that
they do?
footage?
Didn't they get? There was a penalty or some fucking thing. Didn't they get the run? They got the run.
No, they didn't get the run. They called him out.
It was an out.
Oh.
He caught the ball and the guy was out.
No,
And they were trying
yeah,
to steal the ball right out of his glove.
no.
You see the footage of them escorting him. You
Sorry, say
Couple
that
of
again.
days.
see the footage of them escorting him out.
No,
Nah. I just saw a
Everybody's
picture of him
pat-
grabbing the wrist. That's all I saw.
Everybody's patting him on the back, you know.
Really?
Hey, it's like a hero, you know.
What a fucking douche.
The only thing
Yankees
that
suck.
the only thing that could have been better that was a Red Sox. You
That
know?
was yeah, fucking Yankee Stadium. Fuck those guys.
He used to be a Red Sox, so it's almost as good.
When beer was cheap, they used to throw it at the outfielders. You don't see beer flying at them much anymore. It's like a $10 beer. Fuck that. I ain't throwing it on nobody. I'll throw a cup at them maybe.
Yeah, it's probably more like $18 beer.
Oh, no, I know, right? You can just fill the cup with pee after you drink the. There you go. That's what you can do now. Right?
Oh, great. No, it's a good thing our podcast is so unpopular. Otherwise, that would be the next thing people would be doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're influencers. We're influencing Yankee fans to be more awful than they already are.
You ever see that reel with those two guys from New York and two guys from Boston?
The deli?
Yeah, the deli. That's
That's
that.
great. Little
That's
Mo
that guy.
mozzarella comes in.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are great.
Little Maggie comes in, and yeah, that's good shit.
Well, as good as it is to see the Yankees lose, it's always sad because it's the last day of baseball. You
Oh
know?
my God, what are we gonna do without baseball?
I was kind of hoping to go to Game 7 because I got today off and I got the TV all to myself. But no,
Something
games.
productive.
Well, what
Maybe I
about
can be more-
football, Mike? Don't you follow football too?
Not really.
Why
Not
not?
much. A little bit.
Well, you're a sports fan. You should be following them all.
I ain't doing that.
You got to get
Baseball's by far the superior sport.
I like football. Football's
Baseball's
great.
for thinkers.
Bunch of
in.
fucking guys banging off each other, breaking each other's limbs and shit. How great is that?
Keep my hard drives
Hockey-
full. I
hockey
can't
is
ride
like-
anymore.
Hockey is
My
football
fucking
players
brain.
on skates.
Soccer players on skates.
No, it's football players on skates. They're all huge.
You've heard the George Carlin on football and baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do it though. There's too much stuff in it.
He made an error. What-
I think he did that on Johnny Carson.
Play on a diamond.
The goal is to get to the end zone. The goal of baseball is to run home.
We go
Hey, what you
home.
drinking there, bud?
You want to go home? Yeah, I'm getting calibrated this morning, boys.
What you drinking there, bud?
I don't know. My daughter gave me this, so
It's
I can't read the
green.
label. What is it?
it's a 60-minute IPA.
Nice.
60-minute.
I'm celebrating hanging out with my buds because I
Right.
don't get a chance to do that much anymore.
Every Saturday, man. That's cool.
Saturday morning beer.
Oh,
Calibrated.
yeah. Speaking of getting
K.A.
calibrated.
Drunk as
Yeah.
fuck.
It's all day hanging out, drinking on the poop deck.
Nice.
I gotta go. I got lots to do today.
Yeah,
Oblos.
What do you got? What do you got going
That's
on?
one of Dave. That's one of your awesome words that I
Oblo.
picked up years ago. Oblo, yeah. So
I use it too.
No oblo. That's what you
He's got
want
an
to say.
obligation. He's got an obligation with the deck.
yeah, well,
With a beer in his hand.
No oblo. I got no
gotta
oblo.
go see the
I'm
folks.
moving back to that now, which is nice. Back to the wobble. I was long time I had oblos out the ass. Oh boy. Oof. Big bag of oblos.
No oblo obligation.
I gotta buy frozen fruit today. That's what I gotta do. That's all.
Frozen
My big plan.
That's a big deal.
It's a big list,
Gotta go
man.
to-
It's the high life, man.
Buy frozen fruit.
Buy frozen
Eat.
fruit.
Eat
Oh, I already
frozen
bought it. I
fruit.
just go pick it up.
Hey, I
It's-
did that
it's
the
worse
other
than you
day. I
think.
put some apples in the blender with some. My wife had some almond milk, and I put some of that in there
Oh,
with
yeah.
some with
Unsweetened,
some
I hope.
cinnamon. It's actually pretty good. I did your blended apple almond milk just for the hell of it, cinnamon, and it was pretty good.
Yeah. Apples are great. They're fucking great. They don't
Apples,
need no
apples. It's still apple season. The apples still taste fresh. It's great. I love apples
help.
this time of year.
You
Had
gotta
a
thicken
nice-
it up.
Had a nice horny crisp one from Barden Orchard yesterday at my parents' house. They picked up. It was nice and crisp, really
Cool.
nice.
I gotta do that. I gotta do that.
Fresh apples, baby.
Buy
That's one of the
frozen
things-
fruit. Eat frozen
Don't buy
fruit.
frozen apples. Don't buy frozen apples, Dave.
Fuck no.
Buy fresh apples.
Instead of getting blueberries, like blueberries are fucking great. I can't believe for like $8 you can get this giant bag of blueberries, man. It would take me all day
Yeah.
out fucking in your canoe to get that. I wouldn't even get anywhere near that. Picking all day, I wouldn't get close to that. This is like all
Depends
day.
on the
all-
year.
It's fucking great. I fucking love that.
That's
shit.
because Mike
Not
would be
last
eating
summer.
it.
Yeah,
not the
frozen
summer
berries. I
before.
should have said. That's what I'm getting.
2 summers before, the blueberries were like at the pond. You could just reach up and just grab a handful at a time. They were all ripe at once, and there was tons of them. It was really
Yeah,
beautiful.
we were baked. We were in your canoe. We went all around George Washington. I think we were all the way around it, right? We were just sitting there picking. All the ones hanging over the fucking lake, nobody picked because they're over the lake. I'm getting my feet wet in the summer. Oh no. Yeah, they were all loaded. That side, the other side where people walk, clean.
Yeah.
Our side just. And at the end, right? You had quite a bit. And I had none because I kept fucking eating them. I ate them all.
Nothing better though.
Yeah. I was
Eating
gonna
wild
save
blueberries in
some.
the summer, or eating the blueberries on top of Mount Katahdin when your friends are yelling at you to keep up. Nothing better.
It's like the bear eating his fill in the distance. Black
Yeah.
bear.
Big fat bear. I felt like a big fat human.
Not paying any attention to us because he was stuffing his face. Blueberries.
Yeah.
That was nice.
I want to go back up there. I could see it from our canoe trip. I can look up and see it. It was beautiful. The backside, you know, when you're doing that, you're going around Chimney Pond and you're on the knife edge. We were on the backside of the knife edge, right where the knife edge ends and becomes that saddleback. We were behind there on the river between lakes there.
Trying to avoid the Cub Scouts at my door.
Oh shit!
Cub Scouts.
God damn it! I forgot to put the bag out this morning. Holy
What
shit!
bag?
We'll take.
Put the bag out for groceries.
Oh, good content.
Holy shit! I forgot.
George
God
Fury.
damn it!
Is that what's
George
happening
only
today?
has moments to do this. Will he make it?
Look at
Holy
he's got
shit.
the bag already packed.
Is that
I
what's
know.
happening today?
They were irate.
That's what's happening.
I hope they attack you. Maybe if they attack it, that'd be good.
They didn't have nobody left me a thing. I guess there's no Boy Scouts in my neighborhood now.
Oh dang!
That's because they know you leave your underwear up on out in the pole, out in the woods.
Look at all these leaves.
Smells funny.
Good
in there.
Avoid that.
If they can't see where you are, where you are, they can smell you.
Yeah. I see. That person apparently needs to be saved.
Put a big red map, man.
Oh dang!
Hey, nice.
What
Look
a
at that.
glorious
New England in
day.
the fall. Yeah, baby. Let's see
Yeah,
what that
Illinois
thing-
was nice area.
So what's going on? What don't I know? What's going on with the Cub Scouts thing?
Oh, they put a bag out every Halloween or right around there, and they want you to put groceries out, and they pick them all up and they bring them to a food pantry.
Oh,
Kind
okay,
of
'cause
gathering food for Thanksgiving.
because he just stuck something in my door, like a pamphlet.
Yeah, it might be something about
It's
that.
just- Yeah, I think it says something about it.
He wants you to leave. He wants you to leave some food out for next week or whatever day.
So I'll get another
It's your
chance. Maybe.
mailbox.
Yeah,
Put out
put it
some
on your
frozen
mailbox.
berries.
You
Put
put
out
some frozen berries. Yeah. Just make sure you put them out like when they're gonna pick them up, not like several days beforehand.
Supposed to be like
Be
9
fermented.
o'clock. I don't see any
fermented.
others.
Oh man, you missed it.
Maybe I did. He'll be there for weeks.
Baking sun.
Oh well. Right.
They probably just took a few of your chickens.
Well, they can't take my egg. I had to shame my chickens. I bought a dozen eggs and I walked around showing the dozen eggs to my chickens. Like, shame. Look at this. No eggs.
So it is Venus, Mike.
Okay, good. Venus.
It's right at dusk, sundown.
I saw Venus last night.
That's like
It was really-
6:30.
It was really pretty.
Then it
Seen
goes down.
Uranus.
It's just setting.
Yeah, it's in the west.
Yeah. It's always around the sun. Of course.
So I'm driving down Route 90 and the sun's going down behind the horizon, but there's this orange glow in the sky, and the orange fades to blue, you know, and there's Venus glowing in the sky there. I can't read all that, but
There's the sun going down, and then there's Venus.
and there's that right there in the middle. Yep,
Yeah.
that's what it was. All right.
And then right after that happens. It's quick. You got to be quick with Venus. Sometimes it's the morning, depending on where it is on the. You know, I got those binoculars so I could see the eclipse. I could look right at the sun with it. I can still use them to see sunspots and shit, right?
Oh, cool.
And it suddenly occurred to me when I got them. I said, "Well, I could watch Venus trans something on
Yep.
like it'll go across the sun. You can see
Transit.
Venus
It's
traverse the sun. It usually happens like it happens like
Quit
every
the
year,
quartal.
every century or so, right? And then there's
Venus,
a decade where it
Quetzalcoatl.
happens like between 10 years, and then
Kukulkan.
another 150 million. Anyway, not in
Hermes
my lifetime. It ain't gonna
Trisketesis.
happen in my lifetime. Anyway, nope. I found the care and I went, never mind. Traverse, yeah. Mercury too. Both of them do it, but not while I'm.
Look at that,
alive.
November 1st.
Tomatoes in November. How about that?
November 2nd.
Yeah.
That's why he's late with the groceries.
Yeah,
He's on the wrong date.
it was grazing.
Somebody told me next Wednesday is going to be 74 up here.
Jesus.
Yeah, here too. Yesterday was beautiful. It was like that.
It's not beautiful.
Wearing shorts and flip flops. It was wonderful.
It's not wonderful.
I loved it.
We needed to be in the 40s in the daytime
You
and
shouldn't.
colder than that at night. We need to be
I
like
do.
we need to be where I can
I
hang a
love
deer for a week. That's where we need to be right now.
Yeah,
I remember freezing my ass off in November.
yeah. Not
I
long
remember
ago. Like
November.
last November.
It's almost like December.
You get them once in a while, but not like this. Not like fucking heat waves and shit.
Nice. That's a nice pile of wood there, George.
That's hickory from my parents' place.
Nice.
You got tons of it.
Wow.
It's so much I'll probably have to rent a splitter, but
You don't even need it. It's like fucking Florida over
I
there.
know I got my.
What do you need firewood for?
That's right. We had a couple nights I burned. It was very nice. Maybe tonight I'll have a fire.
You just burn it for ambiance, though.
Nah, still haven't turned the heat on, which is great. Which is usually we wait till November 1st to turn the heat on, but
Oh, I just turn it on when I want it.
maybe we can wait another week.
Get her in the mood.
Expensive heating your house.
Make a fire. Have a couple beers. Get her in the mood.
Great.
Do some shots.
Breakfast beer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Get her to a point where she can't make decisions for herself.
It always works.
That's the great American way.
It's the continuation of the species, man.
Thank you, Slow Gas Leak.
That's right.
Oh man.
That's right. Never mind that. That's the whole purpose of alcohol. Back in the ancient days.
The title.
Before roofers were invented, it was alcohol.
Why do people drink alone?
I don't want to make a big deal of it. It's not like I
Self-love,
tie
I
myself
guess.
up or anything. but,
Sometimes I just want to be alone, okay?
a little time with myself.
I want some me time.
That's right. Me and just me. I get along with me. I like me.
I'm my favorite person.
Yeah, that's right. I fucking rock. Mao
Where are you, back? So what's
Yeah.
on the agenda today, boys? What are you guys doing besides buying frozen fruit?
I got to empty my truck and clean my shop, or I don't know what. I got to
I'm
fix my
buying.
truck.
I'm buying all the food groups.
That's good.
My list is like 6 things long.
That's a big list. You better write it down. You ain't gonna remember.
I gotta buy fat, carbs, protein, fruit. What are the other ones?
Well, you got the beer group.
The beer.
Yeah, that's oats, right? You get your
Barley.
oats,
Hops and barley,
Cabs.
baby.
hops. Yeah, they want hop.
Cab.
Hops make me hoppy. Very hoppy.
Yeah, I gotta go shopping today as well. Go down to the Stap and Shop.
Buy some
See
eggs.
what
They closed
buy
ours.
some eggs.
Ours is gone.
For shame, birds, for shame. I'm gonna
Shame the
have to
birds.
raise another dozen chicks this spring, I think.
You're getting old, eh? Try putting a light out
Months.
there in their coop. When you put them away, they'll think the day is longer. They'll give
Yeah,
you-
maybe.
They'll
That's
start
beer.
laying like it's springtime. Increase their daily light. They'll start laying like a bastard.
There they are. For shame,
beer.
birds. For shame, you bastards. Look at these. All fat and healthy, but they're not producing.
No, chicken soup.
That's right.
Start again
Your
next year.
fate.
New flock.
Look at that. Even
Look at how
give me
fat
some
they
nice-
are. There's some roasters there, boy.
Oh yeah.
They're too old for roasting. You're gonna have to make a big stew, chicken stew, with dumplings.
look at this bad boy. It's New Hampshire red right there, Mike. Look, New Hampshire. You're not doing your job, bird. Get these hens in line, or you're gonna end up in the pot.
Just walking around the yard threatening animals.
Well, animal husbandry.
Fucking,
We don't want to see what comes next, man.
yes, Big Daddy.
Problem is, he wasn't talking to his chickens.
And you get to die, and you get to die,
talking
and
to his
you
cock.
get to die. You know, when I was reading this, when they would announce they have to admit their crimes against communism just before they get killed and shit, right? I instantly started thinking about the chickens. in
You must
Animal Farm.
confess.
That was the same thing. It was the same scene.
Yes, you must. Before we kill you, you must confess your crimes, or the family will bear the brunt of your your nonconformity.
My crime was I didn't get a ticket out of here early enough.
Ah,
There we go. China's a big place. And they're all packed in. A lot of them. A billion of them.
More than that, even.
wasn't India, I think, surpassed their population a couple of years back?
That's possible.
Really?
Because China
India
put in that
surpassed.
one-child rule for a while.
Yeah, they finally counted all the ones in convenience stores over here.
It's bad, Mikey.
What is it with convenience stores? What do they like so much about convenience stores?
They're convenient.
Well, yeah,
I don't care.
they charge
I
your
don't care what you-
dumbass like twice what milk would cost anywhere else, you know? It's like
So
land
just so you
opportunity.
can stop, get your smokes, you get your beer, you get your scratchies. What
Yeah.
more else?
Pretty
What more do
sad,
you
man.
need? In one
seen it.
convenience spot. You can't even buy smokes in the supermarket anymore.
$15 I saw a guy buy a pack for.
Huh?
15
Yeah.
bucks for a pack of smokes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Newport
I saw
shorts.
this.
Yeah,
I
the
saw
Gulf
this
station.
young
They ain't like
couple.
that everywhere, but I bet it's 20 in a fucking airport. You know what I mean?
I
Out
saw
of
this
station.
young couple down close to $200 and
And
bought
that's a
2 cartons.
day. You know? It's 30 days in a
200
month.
bucks for 2 cartons?
It
Be
would
close,
be
yeah.
600 a month, I think, now, if you smoke just a pack.
$100 for a carton of cigarettes?
Oh, way more than that. Like 140.
For a carton?
10 days. 10-day supply if you're behaving. If you don't drink or something.
Jesus,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Motherfucker. What's going on? I was in
Let
the
it
Gulf
be that
station. A
small.
guy bought a pack of cigarettes and some scratches, you know? Fucking walked out. It's just like, Jesus Christ.
And he sat in the
You can't
car
eat
in the
any of
parking
that.
lot. He drank, he scratched, and he went back in.
Yeah.
5 more.
Redeemed his $2 scratchies, bought more, went back out there, started scratching away again.
Don't buy them.
That's the life right there.
I know how many losers
it's
there
America,
are.
man.
Scratching and a ratching, man.
That's the New England way.
Yep. Give me 2 packs of smokes and some scratchies. Then I'm going to the packy. Get me some beers and get out of here.
Yeah, because you can't
Well,
get beer
You live in
there.
a civilized
of a
state
law.
like Mike does. You get to buy your
Cigars.
beers in the convenience store as well.
Other states aren't like that.
Cigars.
You can do it all in one place.
Yeah, it's the guys in front of you in line. They buy the scratchies and then they do them right at the counter, and you're waiting behind them, right?
Yeah, right? Get the fuck out the way,
Right.
man.
No,
And they're
your,
handing back,
your-
yeah, here's
your
another
Indian friend will
$2.
shoo him away. He won't allow that to happen. He'll let you go right up with your cash.
But I don't know where that convenience store is. It could
He'll
be
go
in the
old
middle of-
Bombay on the guy.
They're all Indian.
They're not all Indian.
Pakistanis down here. They're all
They're
Pakistani
Indians.
now.
They're Pakistanis. They know the difference. Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at
I
all
went-
these Christian slobs buying scratchies and smokes.
I went in the other day and tried to buy a water, and didn't have any cash. So he was going to charge me extra, like on my card, buy a water. I'm like,
Really?
Yeah, I'll go thirsty. Thank you.
What is it? How much? What's the percentage? Is it like 15% more if you're using a card?
I don't know.
Charges them, the merchant.
Yeah, it's probably
yeah,
a fee.
Sorry, but then they pass the charge on to the customer too.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like, your fucking crawler costs fucking another $1 or something. But you buy anything at a convenience store, you deserve what you get. That's what I think.
I avoid it, but then you get those times you get caught out there.
Hey, what?
Every dirty trick.
If you ever want to kill yourself,
Rotten
buy a
trick.
spinach pie in a
Lucky
convenience
trick.
store. No shit, like a deep
You and I
Palmerian one.
both know
Like
dirty
like
One
a
of
trick.
them
little
hot
Foster.
dogs. Eat one of them hot dogs that's twirling around in those
Oh
rollers.
yeah, yeah. It's
Eat
like
one
when
of
you,
them.
you pull off the roll and it's like snot. It's just like that stringy snot-like stuff. Put that in that bun.
Yeah, eat one of
Douse it
them.
with
You-
fucking everything else, all the condiments. Put all of them on there because because this is where you are now.
God
This is
bless
your life.
America. As long as you're not selling it to them on the side of the road without a permit. That's all
Really?
they
Yeah,
care.
yeah. The light on fires.
They figure out what the source of that E. coli.
Hot dogs on a roll.
It was at McDonald's.
With onions, frozen
Probably like
onions.
spinach or something.
It was frozen onions from a
Onions.
packing company.
Wow.
Frozen onions.
You go to McDonald's, you get what you deserve.
I get coffees here once in a while, but that's about it.
I would get a coffee there.
They're
God
actually
says
It
they
was
pay
an
in it.
excellent,
They pay in the coffee.
Up in
Yeah.
New Hampshire, was so jonesing for a coffee one time. We stopped at a McDonald's up in New Hampshire,
Ugh.
and they had an awesome, like, a very elaborate, beautiful, like, espresso cappuccino machine that they made
Yeah.
these beautiful coffees from. And I couldn't believe it was at a McDonald's, and they were making these like gourmet brewed coffees. I got like a double, like, cappuccino there that just couldn't be beat. It was
Wow.
at this where it
It's
was
cheaper.
up in Lincoln, I think, where the coffee was, and
Not bad.
I guess
And
they
they're
were
cheaper.
fancy because of the for the ski tourists and whatnot. Right there at a McDonald's, that coffee could not be beat. It was wonderful.
And they're cheaper.
So there's one
But now you'll
restaurant.
And then I
Now you die if you go in there.
just don't have
Ain't
any
eating
onions.
McDonald's no more. Ain't eating McDonald's because it don't taste good.
No.
Dingleberries hanging off my butt. McDonald's can kiss my ass.
Yeah, we go when there's always a line
Yeah, well.
around it. And so people don't want to get out of their car. I think the drive-thru's
Yeah.
got more to do with it than anything.
I look for any excuse to get out of my car when I'm driving.
Well, yeah. Most people. No, not most people. Like I said, there's a lot of people at the drive-thru at McDonald's. So, not you, not me, none of us.
Guilty. I do it.
You do it?
I just. You haven't touched onions lately, have you?
No. Fuck no.
That's what I say to the guy making my coffee.
You wash your hands,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Yeah, that's what you should be asking. Those runny-nosed teenagers, you know.
You should be asking why you go through the drive-thru to get a coffee. These are the
Well,
questions
yeah.
you need to be asking.
Yeah, I'd like a coffee. Make sure you wash your hands first.
If you gotta fucking even think that, you should probably not do it.
Will you be using the McDonald's app today? No. But did you wash your hands?
I'd like a coffee. Hold the body fluids, please.
Hold the frozen onion foam.
Booger free. I would like a booger free booger.
It's kind of humorous, right? Because the place is full of teenagers and stuff, but there's always this 140-something-year-old pulling out their hair, you know,
Yeah,
trying to manage the place, you know.
he makes salary.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
He's one of the mortgage.
What?
But they're all young. Every one of them's younger than me. They got Grandpa wanting his decaf over
Yeah,
here.
mayhem in there. No, but he's taking the trash out. It's probably the old guy.
I would feel a hard time. Simply
Well,
won't
they're
do.
made for older people now. Remember the old McDonald's? They were all centered around kids. You know, they'd have play areas and all this other stuff,
Oh,
brightly
yeah.
colored. And now they're
Yep.
these gray, monolithic, post-apocalyptic buildings where you go in there to get your sludge. your corporate sludge for.
I was in one in Dublin that was really ultra modern. It was a nice restaurant inside, and you didn't even. There were no kids. Like you just like went to a machine and made your order, and then it came out. Like it was wild. It's ultra modern.
Oh, they
It
have
was
that
nice
here,
too.
too.
It was like a nice
that here
restaurant inside.
In Brooklyn. They have.
Yeah, they're all like that now. But yeah.
I had to go in. I had to go in and see a McDonald's in Dublin just to see.
Sure. Went to one
Yes.
in Moscow. It was huge. It was 3 stories. They had waiters that would come to your table and take your order and whatnot. And it was crazy.
China really knows how to do that now, huh?
Well, boys, see you next time.
Take care, man.